This is really good. This is a core liberation question. So let me give you an observable and then an actionable answer. What does it look like when someone stops performing? Like, what does that even look like? So first, your nervous system is going to change. You're going to start noticing less urgency to explain yourself, less anxiety around how you're perceived, less overthinking after conversations, and probably fewer emotional spikes if someone disapproves. When you perform, you live in anticipation of reaction. So first you have to stop bracing for it, right? That's the first sign. Then you're going to stop over-explaining and over-justifying. Performing people explain. Integrated people state. So instead of, oh, I hope this makes sense, or I didn't mean it like that, or I just want you to understand, or I don't want you to think that you're going to learn how to say, this is what I need. That doesn't work for me. I'm not available for that. And I've made my decision. Things of that sort. And it's not cold. It's not rude. It's very clear. Another thing you do when you stop performing is you can disappoint people without collapsing. This is huge. When someone stops performing, they just let people be confused. They let people be disappointed. They let people misinterpret them. And they don't rush to clean up some emotional mess that they didn't make, okay? You have to stop being confused between alignment and being liked. Now, what I think you're referring to, and like there's no me if I'm not performing, is this auditioning thing. You stop auditioning for a role in other people's lives, okay? You're not competing for attention anymore. You stop trying to prove your worth. You stop chasing validation, and you do not wait to be chosen. If you have to perform to stay, you do not belong, okay? Okay, so what do we actually do? You have to unlearn this survival strategy. This is not a personality or identity. No one is performing for fun. It is not fun to perform. The performance is a trauma response. Why do people perform? Because love is conditional, because safety depends on approval, because conflict means loss, authenticity in some way was punished, and being easy was rewarded. This is why we perform. Now, once you realize that you're performing to be safe instead of I'm performing to be nice, everything changes. You have to be aware. So the skill is to tolerate discomfort without self-betrayal. So you need to practice Eddie 717742. Say less. Pause before you respond. Let the silence exist. Do not fix emotional reactions. And do not rescue people from their feelings. You have to build your emotional tolerance. Allow yourself to be uncomfortable. Discomfort does not mean danger. Okay. People who perform consciously or unconsciously ask 3 things. Did I do okay? Are they upset? And am I still safe? Those are the 3 things that performers think. Non-performers ask these 3 things. Am I being honest? Am I aligned? And did I just abandon myself? The reference point will shift inward. That's liberation, okay? What else can you do to work on this? You can practice telling the truth in low stakes moments. Don't start with big confrontations. Start with things like saying no to small things, expressing your preferences. Maybe you stop faking enthusiasm and just allow awkwardness to take hold. Truth telling will grow these muscles gradually. Okay, now there's a quiet part and a very sacred part. You have to grieve who you had to be to survive. To stop performing, you have to mourn this piece. You have to get rid of the version that kept everybody happy. Say goodbye, feel sad, whatever, but you have to mourn the safety that you were given by being agreeable. You have to say goodbye to the identity that you built around being needed. You're just going to have to bury the approval you relied on. Like, that's it. You got to bury that 6 feet down. Bye-bye. And the grief is what makes this authenticity permanent. Okay, the final threshold is that you need to realize that alignment will cost some people some access. You are going to accept these 4 things. Not everyone is going to stay. Oh well. Not everyone's going to like the real you. Too fucking bad. Not everyone's going to understand. So what? And not everyone gets access anymore. You have to decide. I would rather be real than rehearsed. You decide. You have to start experiencing the freedom of living as a source, not a reaction. I hope that helped. Now go!